What is up, everybody? Jay Nell here with my UFC on Fox, I believe it was 26. Recap video happened last night from Winnipeg, Canada. It was a great event, another great event for free on Fox. It starts at 5 o'clock on the West Coast, so it does start earlier. You have to pay attention for that. Let's go ahead and get into it. I made 5 picks, only got 2 right. So under 500. First up, on the prelims, I chose Jared Cannonier to beat Jan Blachowicz. He did not. This lasted all 3 rounds, unanimous decision by the judges, and I agree. Jared has the weak spot with the wrestling. He has improved. He was able to get off his back several times, to defend some things on his back, to even do some damage with some elbows, some shots from his back, but it wasn't enough. Jan was able to be quicker to the punch on the feet. Then when Jared got comfortable and started landing some shots on the feet, he quickly took him down and was able to rule that game for the next 2 rounds. So I totally agree with the decision. Who would you like to see Jan Blachowicz fight next? Now, on to the main card. First fight, got this right. I chose Glover Teixeira to beat Misha Cirkunov, and he did, although I was nervous. This ended in the first round, and Misha actually got off first. It seemed like he was able to muscle Glover around that octagon a little bit. He was able to move him around. He was able to land some shots. I got nervous. Glover took him down. He ruled him on top. As soon as it got to the ground, it was very clear who was better on the ground. It was Glover. He was able to, first Misha was moving. He was trying to get up out of it. He gave up his back, and when he did, Glover rained down shots. I believe he even stunned him while riding his back. Misha flattened all the way out and clearly could not get up. Could not defend himself. Ref had to stop the fight in the first round. Great win for Glover Teixeira. He went right over to the DC and was like, you told me. I know you told me. You said if I get a great win, I'll get that title shot. And even with John Anik, he was like, let the old guys do it, because they're both like 38, 39, something like that. So he's making his case. And since Gustafsson is hurt after we see him fight Uzdemir, there's nobody next for DC, so who would you like to see Glover Teixeira fight next? He's never fought DC for the title. On to the next one. I did not get this. I chose Mike Perry to beat Santiago Ponzinibbio. I was nervous about this because Ponzinibbio's range, this was a good fight. This was a good, hard-hitting fight from both men, and I agree with the decision. I do believe that Santiago won. I think he got the last 2 rounds. Mike was kind of quicker to the punch. He was landing more cleanly in that first round, even though the first round was, all these rounds were close, quite frankly. But then Santiago began to pull away with the fight. The momentum, that range, that reach advantage did work. He was having Mike at the ends of his shots. Mike was having a hard time darting in and out. Santiago was able to take Mike down a couple times and do some damage there. We saw improvement all the way around, I think, from Santiago. The way he moved, he had better body movement than Mike Perry did. He had better angles than Mike Perry did. I think he had quicker hand speed than Mike Perry. So I completely agree. I think he's from Argentina. He's like the only one from Argentina who's got some real high-level skill, deserves to be ranked in that top 10. And look, a couple more wins for Santiago, and I think he can start barking for a title shot. He already said he wants the winner out of Whitaker and Rockhold. Pump your brakes, not yet. But yeah, high-level top 5, top 7 contender next for Santiago. Who do you think should be next for Santiago Ponzinibbio? Now, next up, co-main event. I was wrong on this one too. I thought Ricardo Lamas, just having faced a higher level of competition his whole career, would be able to, and he's on a roll, would be able to eke this out over Josh Emmett, who took this on short notice, missed the weight cut. Honey, I was wrong, baby. I need to do some more research on Josh Emmett. I knew he was with Alpha Male, but I didn't know that Uriah Faber, who has the eye for talent, had deemed him to be one of the next ones. He might just be right now. Let's get into this. This ended in the first round. They were feeling each other out, and it was very close, quite frankly, going back and forth. I don't know who won the first round if it wouldn't have ended the way it did, because Ricardo was coming forward. He was landing some nice kicks. Josh was moving. He was landing some nice shots. He kind of had some good body movement going on. As far as quickness, they were kind of equal with the quickness. Josh looked a bit more muscular, a little bit stronger than him. Again, they were both doing some good things in that first round, so I don't know who was winning when this happened. Ricardo goes for a kick. It kind of like brushed off, kind of missed, kind of landed. Josh goes for a right that slides off. It kind of misses the top, but then he comes back with a left that lands so quick and so clean that snaps Ricardo's head to the side, falls back, head bounces 3 times off the ground, knocked completely out. Sleep for seconds. This is one of the cleanest, and we've seen a lot of really clean knockouts lately. This was another super clean knockout for Josh Emmett. Short notice, missing weight. I don't even think he was ranked. I think he will be now. Ricardo Lamas was the number 3 ranked featherweight in the world. The way he took him out in that first round, I think he will be ranked now. Eyes I think Josh Emmett is one to watch. So who would you like to see Josh Emmett fight next? Now, main event, and I didn't know how this would go. I called it for Rafael Dos Anjos to defeat Robbie Lawler, and he did. And he defeated him even more impressively than I think any of us thought he would. They're both fan favorites, but this crowd was definitely on Robbie Lawler's side. They were chanting for him the whole time. The first round I actually think went to Robbie, even though all three judges gave all 5 rounds to Rafael Dos Anjos, but I actually think that Robbie won the first round. I think he was the one moving forward. He was the one pushing the pace. I think he connected a bit more powerfully with his shots. He was moving Rafael around. Rafael landed too. He was doing his things. He was noticeably quicker, which I knew he would be. But he was even more quicker than I thought. I thought that Robbie Lawler would be noticeably bigger than Rafael, but he kind of wasn't. He's taller and he has a longer reach advantage, but Rafael's so thick, them legs so big, he didn't even seem like he was shorter than Robbie Lawler. So I definitely believe when he said he was killing himself to make that lightweight, because he seems like he's fitting into this welterweight division perfectly. He's got that body now. The second round is where Rafael found his rhythm, he found his range, and he found what to do. That Muay Thai clinch, grabbing down on Robbie Lawler's head while landing knees, pushing him back up into the cage. There was a lot of dirty boxing in this fight, which I love. A lot of forehead to forehead, short shots inside, knees on the inside. I love dirty boxing, moving around the cage, switching positions. This was a grueling fight for both men, but in the second round, okay, so Rafael lands, I believe it was a right, then he lands like another right, and it stuns Robbie Lawler, stuns him all the way across the octagon. He pushes him back up into the cage, and then for about 23 seconds, Rafael is teeing off. Head, body, teeing off, uppercuts, body shots, and they're all landing. I mean, some of them were sliding off, of course, because that's the thing. Robbie was rolling with all of them. He was rolling and dipping with all of them. But they were landing, and they, oh my gosh, for like 23 seconds. Do you know how long that is in fight time? The average street fight is about 30 seconds to a minute. 23 seconds, Robbie up against the cage, sliding, moving, surviving. Rafael teeing off. At a moment, as this was going on for so long, I was like, Rafael, you're gonna tire yourself out, stop. Stop, you're gonna tire yourself off, stop. And eventually he did. He had to stop, he had to grab that Muay Thai clinch again and push him against the cage. And of course the crowd, appreciating it all, roared after. I mean, it was such an amazing moment in mixed martial arts. If nothing less, go back and watch that second round for that moment. So Robbie Lawler gets out of the second round, and for the next 3 rounds, Rafael just, I believe he threw over 400 shots and landed over 250. I mean, just head, body, the leg, he tore up. You saw the big bruise on one leg, but it looked like the other leg was actually injured coming into like the 4th round. So he tore up both of Robbie's legs. He drew blood. Javier had blood himself because he got tied up the whole time. Now, these weren't dominant rounds, but these were rounds that he did win. So I agree with the decision. He came in 5 rounds to none. RDA. He said he wants Tyron Woodley next, and look, we know we got the I don't know what's going on because Tyron is going to have shoulder surgery, so we're not quite sure what's going to happen there. But as a style matchup, I actually want to see RDA fight Tyron Woodley. I want to see that fight. Shoulder surgery. He's probably going to fight someone else in between that. So who would you like to see RDA fight next? Again, I don't know, because I want to see him fight Tyron, but this was another great free event. Let me know how you did on all your picks, any injury updates, of course, and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm on Snapchat now. Subscribe, like, talk to me, take care, and goodbye.